Whatever happened to you?
I'm Craig Stadler. It's a great day for golf, and there's no place like Pebble Beach. Great shot, right down the middle. Great shot, right down the middle. Great shot.
As far as we know, Pebble Beach Golf Links landed in stores during the Sega Saturn surprise launch.
Nice par.
Up to this point, Sega sports games were among the driving forces which brought the Sega Genesis up to par with the Super Nintendo. So it made sense for Sega to hook the sports audience when launching their next-gen console.
All the speed and handling you'd expect. And every inch a Sega.
But as great philosopher Craig the Walrus Stadler once said, consistency is key. Will Saturn's first sports games make the cut? TND Software's first golf game was 3D Golf Simulation for the MSX. As you can see, we've come a long way since 1983. They're also known for other classics like Hide Glide, Hide Glide 2, Hide Glide 3, and action RPG hit Super Hide Glide. It's clear, TND Soft has a reputation for making games. Fun fact, they made Pebble Beach Golf Links for the Genesis and Panasonic 3DO before the Saturn came out.
The challenge stiffens on the approach though.
So this is a sort of reworked version. They added more full-motion video, much better sound, and, more importantly,
Craig Stadler.
Get the ball in the fairway. You have a nice opening to the green. Get a medium to long iron second shot. Get it up on the green or just short of the green. Easy chip up, one putt for par.
The course graphics look more vibrant than the Genesis version, but it seems like TND failed to show off the Saturn's creamy 3D graphics.
Creamy 3D graphics.
When hitting the ball, the camera follows along in choppy cuts, like it has to re-render wherever the ball lands anytime it moves too far forward. In later Saturn games, developers were able to make better looking and bigger landscapes. Maybe this wasn't doable at the time for some reason or another, but it seems like they could have done a little better than this. There's a number of game modes, but I recommend starting with Quick Game, just to get a hang for the controls. Each hole starts with an informative cutscene, followed by sage advice from ya boy.
It's a must to get the ball in the fairway, which usually can take a long iron or a 3-wood.
His advice tends to actually work in-game, so listen up, Buttercup. Ah, my first drive ever. I can smell the beginner's luck.
If you're in the rough, it's impossible to get the ball in the green on your second shot.
Booyah! The physics are actually pretty spot on. You just need to know how everything works. Start by picking your club. It won't show you where the ball's gonna land. You have to look at the measurements and do math. Fart knuckle. You can't see too far ahead of your ball when you aim, so turn off the caddy and flip on the map. Pick direction and account for the wind with the curve. This meter decides how far and how accurate your shot will be. The cursor goes up, stop at whatever distance you want, and stop the cursor again in the sweet spot. It'll curve or slice depending on how bad you miss. Putting is extremely hard to get a handle on. I have no advice for this except get better or something.
Just forget this hole and go on to the next one. Just forget this hole and go on to the next one.
After getting used to the controls, it's time for a real game of holing. Pick a gender bend, then pick a caddy. Hey. Finally, a professional golf game without David Duchovny.
Super shot.
The Stadsman is always looking out for you by rewarding sweet strokes.
Great birdie. You played better than I expected.
And lifting your spirits on a bad round.
You should probably practice your approach shots some more.
Since this is themed after one golf course, there is of course just one 18-hole course in the game. But it stays very true to how each hole is mapped out in real life. It's almost like you're really there. Holy shot! real-life Pebble Beach is expensive. Playing this realistic simulation is slightly cheaper. After consistently getting par in the Pebble Beach Open, something strange and unexpected happened. I began having fun. I even beat the Stattle G on a few holes.
I missed it just a little.
I don't think I'm gonna make it. We got wind, we got an entire ocean for a water hazard. It's not looking pretty.
Just remember, you're never gonna make it leaving it short.
Craig the Action Stadler.
Surprise, surprise, I'm
Craig Stat.
in disguise.
It's fun. You got lots of game modes, but other than that, it's not that replayable. Still fun once you get the hang of how hitting balls works. Some of the finer options let you set up a profile. Sadly, I had to use an "and" symbol to fit my name in, but there's one man whose name deserves to fit in most.
And his name is
Craig Stadler.
By modern day standards, this is pretty dated. But in the world of 1995, the full motion video combined with Pebble Beach's presentation was almost seen as a classy, newer looking video game.
Great shot, right down the middle.
The oceanside environment and realistic physics make this a well-designed and viable launch title. As EGM put it, golf game fans of the time will be teed off if they don't try this game. Get it? Teed off? It's funny. I personally enjoyed it, so naturally, I compared this to the definitive golf game of all time, known as Mario Golf for the N64. So on the official PandaMonium golf game rating scale, Pebble Beach ranks in at not as good as Mario Golf for the N64. If you look at other Saturn games, you can tell right away Pebble Beach had the capacity for better course graphics. It could have brought in a lot more of a wow factor as a console launch title. On the other hand, Chairman Segata had a relaxing day at the oceanfront links. It's time to get serious and rank Pebble Beach Golf Links accordingly. I enjoyed it, even if it was just for a little bit. Craig Stadler's glorious cutscenes had a lot to do with it.
Today is make or break. Can you make the cut?
It's a nice summertime game. If you like golf games and own a Saturn, try it out. If you don't, don't. I'm only gonna putt for this hole. Let's see how it goes, huh?